Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going through the books that I want to read before this year is over. New releases, ones that are already released, things coming up. Just everything that is on my radar before 2024 is over. I'm going to start off with the new releases because I'm feeling a little giddy about them. I love me a new release. I love the hype around it. I love going to get it. I love yapping with everyone about it. So you can tell I'm looking forward to this one. First up on the list is a book that actually comes out the day I'm posting this video, but I'm not reading it yet because I'm doing a Harry Potter reread, so I'll be getting onto it. But that is Daydream by Hannah Grace. If you haven't read any of these books in this series, I don't know what you're doing because they are literally everywhere on BookTok, but they're like a found family college romance series with ice hockey players. And if you know me, you know I love a good sports romance. This is the third book following, oh my god, who does it follow? I found it, Hallie and Henry. Henry is the golden retriever of this series and I love him. He specifically says as well he would never fake date someone. What's the trope of this book? You guessed it, fake dating. Fake dating. If you like sports romance, fake dating, and fan family, join me in reading this one. So that's the 27th of August 2024 and I can't wait. Second on the to be released new releases track is Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. Now, anything that woman writes, I will read. She could write me her shopping list and email it to me and I would sit there in awe of it. I don't know what this woman does, but her books are laced with crack. They are so good. I am an avid lover of the Chestnut Spring series. I read Wild Love and I haven't shut up about it. So, as you can tell, I'm excited with this one. Obs. It's a single dad, small town, one of us is famous romance. Now, I love every single one of them tropes, so I'm going to eat that shit up. I cannot wait to read that. And again, just Elsie's writing is just something else. Even if, and I don't know how anyone possibly could be, but if you are against the single dad, the kids in books, I promise you, the way she writes them, insane. I think she's done... This will be her fourth book where there's been a kid in the book. All four of them beautiful. They're also my 4 favourite books by her. So I think that speaks volumes. So if you can't tell, I'm super excited for Wild Eyes and that comes out September 3rd, I believe. Lastly, on the new release Wavelength, there is a theme. It's another single dad romance book. You can tell what I like. And that is Lost in the Third by Lila Sage. Quite well romances. What more could a girl want? I don't know. It's classed as enemies to lovers, single dad, and sister's best friend. So that's quite exciting. I don't think I read a lot of sister's best friend. So we shall see. I'm looking forward to it. They're tiny as well. They're like super quick 350 page romances. You just fly through them. They're great. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. And I think that one comes out November 5th. As for the books that are already released, I've split them up into 3 genres, romance, fantasy, and thriller. Because I've entered my thriller era. Who would have thought? Me literally 4 months ago, you wouldn't have caught me dead reading a thriller. And now here I am. So, look at me again. Starting off strong with a book that I know everyone and their nan loves, and I want to get behind this hype. That is Funny Story by Emily Henry. Have I read every other Emily Henry book? I think I might have. I might be lying, don't quote me on that. But I am an avid Hen fan. I think she's fab. And especially seeing as every single book she's written is being adapted to TV and film. Speaks volumes. She's clearly good at what she does. And Funny Story, I've heard so many good things about, and I don't know why I haven't read it yet, but my plan is to read it before this year is over, and I have just bought it in the 99p Kindle deal, so it's a sign. You know, if you don't know what the premise of Funny Story is, basically this couple's engaged, but I believe he has like a best friend, and he ends up leaving his fiancée for this girl best friend. Now, where is our main character Daphne gonna go? Other than to be with her ex-fiance's new girlfriend's ex-boyfriend. I think I worded that right. Basically, she has nowhere to live, so she moves in with him in his commonhouse. So it's Fox Proximity. Again, you can't go wrong. Another romance book that I am really looking forward to read this year is Culty by Mariana Zapata. I have read 2 of her books this year. I read From Lukov with Love, and then I read All Roads Lead Here, and I have not stopped thinking about All Roads Lead Here. Like, that book is constant replay in my mind. I don't know what it is. I did start Wait for It, and then I got in a massive reading slump. But I was enjoying that from where I got to in that. I heard it's in pretty much everyone's like top 3 MZ books. So it's probably going to be good. if you don't know what kind of books Mariana Zapata writes, she is the slow burn queen. Her books are like 500, 600 pages long, and they do not touch until maybe the last 100 pages, but it's great. Like, it doesn't feel like you're reading 600 pages worth of friendship. Like, they are so good. Cult It in particular is a slow burn age gap sports romance. So it's pretty much everything I like. I was a little bit hesitant with like the age gap factor. Sometimes that can really ruin a book for me. I'm not a big age gap person, but from what I've read about this one, it doesn't seem too bad. It's when it's like teacher student and she's still in high school. But it isn't. So it should be okay. And the last romance book that I want to read before this year is out is Leather and Lark by Bryn Weaver. I read Butcher and Blackbird in July and I really liked it. That's my second like dark romance book. I read the Mindfuck series and then I read this one and I ate that up, except I will never look at ice cream the same way. That genuinely has altered like my brain chemistry. That freaked me out. But this book I hope doesn't have a scene like that. I hope. Basically, if you've never read Butcher and Blackbird, you don't know what this little series is about. It's basically serial killers falling in love. This book, however, is Hitman Falls for Serial Killer, I think. So I've never read anything like that, so that'll be interesting to see how that one plays out. And they're all, I think there's a third one coming, and they all follow 3 brothers, I think. I don't know, I could just be lying to you. I don't know. I looked at tropes for this book and not much was kind of said about it because I think it's still fairly new. But what I did find out is there are small moments where they take care of each other, and that in a book makes my heart melt. So I'm going to be all over that. But I have heard that a lot of people felt really disheartened by this one compared to the first book. So I don't know, I want to give it a go. They're quite small. I enjoy the writing, so fingers crossed I'll enjoy it. But I think it's one of them that could be quite hit and miss, but I guess we'll find out. Moving on to the fantasy genre of books I want to read before 2024 is over. Starting off strong with Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. I have no clue what these are about other than dragons. It interests me, but I've heard so many mixed reviews, it isn't even funny. Like, I've got Fourth Wing, but I don't know what the hell happens in it. But everyone in the nan is telling me to read it and I want to read it. But it's like, what if I read it and I hate it? I'm going to feel really bad. And then I've heard that the second and the third were written using AI. Why the hell would I want to read that? Like, I'm pretty sure she's just announced the third book and it comes out in like January. Girl, how are you writing an 800-page book? AI. So I don't know how I feel about that. Write it yourself, queen. So I don't know. I think I don't know where I stand with it. I think I want to read it because I've got a serious case of FOMO, to be honest with you. But I'm hoping I'll be one of these people who just reads it and enjoys it for the vibes. Do you know what I mean? The only other book I've read with dragons is Harry Potter. So that'll be an interesting one to read. So we'll see. I have high hopes, I think. Another fantasy book I want to read this year is When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. Again, I actually don't have the foggiest what this is about, and it is incredibly daunting how big this book is. And nothing makes sense. Like, I'm pretty sure there's like an index in there. Why? I can't tell you. But I will say I have used my Audible credit to buy that. So I will read it. And it's on KU. So win-win. I watched Destiny's reading vlog about it, and she was saying how she felt the audiobook helped her like so much more to understand it because it is genuinely mind-boggling. So I'm hoping that I'll do the same thing and it'll be fine. And I've heard really good things, so I don't know, that's on the list. I'm gonna get around to it. It's just so daunting because it uses brain power and I don't like doing that. The third one I am so excited about, I could actually just skip around my room right now and do a happy dance, and that is Throne of Glass. I have been waiting to read this one and it is coming soon, and I'm going to do a reading vlog for it. Don't hold me to that because I might not, but my aim is to. I have been wanting to read Throne of Glass for so long. I got the books for my birthday and I'm waiting for the autumn time to read them because when else are you meant to read fantasy other than autumn? I'm so excited. I want to know what happened. I want to know what everyone else is talking about. I've read Sarah's other 2 series and loved them. So I know I'm going to be all over Throne of Glass, and I want to read them so bad. Like, genuinely thinking about it makes me giddy. So you can see why that's on the list. Again, I actually don't know what that one's about. Other than I know it's going to be good. But the tandem read does scare me, but I've got it on my Kindle. Because I'm not taking 2 massive 800-page books with me anywhere I go. So someone sent me the file for my Kindle and I downloaded it. So thanks, Queen. Then for the thriller mysteries that I want to read this year, starting off strong with The Silent Patient. I feel like I'm missing out. Everyone has read that book. My mum bought it for me and was like, read it. So I have to if my mum's bought it for me. But I want to, but I'm scared it's going to freak me out. Like, I don't like books that would scare me. Like, I don't want to be sitting there like, oh my god, no! I don't want to read that. That's not fun. The premise seems exciting. But then I've heard so many people be like, I loved it and then it let me down. Sometimes I feel like I should just come off book talk, because when I want to read a book and someone says one bad thing, I'm put off. But my mother enjoyed, so I'm sure I will enjoy. But again, I think it is a serious case of FOMO. I think the premise of that book is that a wife shoots or stabs her husband like 5 times and then just doesn't speak. So, I don't know how they're going to do that one. Well, I guess we'll find out. The next book that I want to read that is a thriller/mystery book is one by Freida McFadden. She has been doing it for me recently. Read the Housemaid series, loved it. Read The Co-Worker, didn't love that one so much. Then I read Never Lie and I loved that. I ate that up in 24 hours. That actually was good. So I want to read The Teacher by Freida McFadden, and it's actually sitting on my shelf waiting for me to get to it. And I actually don't know what's stopping me, but I really, 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 really want to read that book. There is something about Freida McFadden's writing that I just love. Like, I think I've read nearly all of them in the span of a day. I don't know what it is. They're so addictive and I just can't stop. And the short chapters, and they're just, oh, they're so good. And I firmly believe she is a great author to get into for like starting thriller books, because that's where I started and it's turned out great. So The Teacher by Freida McFadden is one that I definitely want to get around to. And lastly, the final book on my radar for this year is The Reappearance of Rachel Price. I have heard so many good things about this book that I actually feel giddy to start it. Like, I can't wait to start it. The concept, low-key, give it a bit of Pretty Little Liars, and I'm here for that. Like, I'm excited to read that. And everyone just says her books are incredible to read. I think I started reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and then didn't finish it for no reason. I was enjoying it and then I just stopped. So it's definitely something I want to come back to. But this one is just meant to be good. And I've started to like a little thriller, so, you know. I don't know loads about the reappearance of Rachel Price, but what I do know is obviously she disappears and then she reappears. Duh. But I believe they start making a documentary about her disappearance, and as they're making that, she reappears, I think. Either way, I'm looking forward to seeing how that's played out. That one's giving autumn vibes though, so I think I might save that until October, November. We'll see. I'm a massive mood reader, so I might say that and then go pick it up now. So that is it for all the books that I want to read in 2024. I'm sure there'll be more that get added to this list as time goes on. But as of now, that is where I stand with them, and I'm so excited. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please let me know. If you have any other videos you want me to do, also please let me know. And I'm going to hope to have a few more videos with you soon. Bye.